This is Glenn Bart reporting from the Basti High School. We are on site to take a quick look at the opening of school for the students who are returning from a very long period of COVID-19 affected vacation, if you want to call it that. We want to find out what has been happening at the various schools on St. Kitts, and so we are taking a few short visits around the island. Here we are at the Basti School, and we are pleased to have Mr. John Samuel, the Deputy Principal, who will speak with us with regards to what really transpired this morning. Mr. Samuel, welcome.
Good morning again. Thank you much. Mr. Bart, this morning was a hive of activity. In fact, the area where we are at presently was where we had most of the screening being done. So as students entered the gate, we had two sections in which they were tested. At the very front, the temperatures were being checked. They were asked a number of questions pertinent to symptoms that are the norms for COVID-19. They would then come to the back where the security officers would have checked their bags, and then they would have been directed to the different zones, which for the vast majority of them would have been something new. When they left here pre-COVID, they would have been talking about their form class. This is the first form block, this is the second form block, etc. But with the changes that have been forced on us, we would have had to do some renaming so that they are now familiarizing themselves with what is Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, respectively.
And how did the students respond to the whole process?
Well, I must admit that they were very patient. The lines were long. A number of them, fortunately, especially the first formers, they had their parents or guardians on the outside to give them a sense of assurance. And I think even though the process might have been tedious at first, they realized the importance of that particular exercise and they cooperated quite nicely.
At the Dr. William Connor Primary School, SK Newsline is here to take a look and see how one of the larger primary schools on the island is coping with the new COVID-19 protocols as they entered the first phases of the new school term. We're going to be speaking with the principal of the school in just a short while. And we expect, as we can see, the people around here seem very relaxed, very happy. Most of them are wearing masks, and they're at the moment having a period of lunch.
This morning was the test of our start of school and shift system and putting all the protocols into place. What happened this morning? The students, they were screened, their temperatures were checked, their hands were sanitized, information on their temperature was recorded. We had our list set up, and there were the student's name, and it was ticked off. So we had an account of who came for what class or what grade. So all of that was established. The children were sent to their various classrooms, and assembly started at 8:30 promptly. We had a brief assembly, and the students went right into their learning session.
We're now at the Dean Glassford Primary School here at St. Peter's, and in a short while we'll have a little talk with the principal. Now, here at the Dean Glassford Primary School, there are approximately 160 pupils who attend the school. And as we can see, they are interacting very well with each other, spare time, and they seem to be getting along quite well. But we're going to find out a little bit more about what is transpiring, because I believe that there's going to be some degree of evaluation, perhaps by the end of this week, to determine how well the system has worked, what needs to be changed, what needs to be upgraded.
Okay, so the process this morning ran quite smoothly. When the students came, they were expected to assemble at the gate, of course, acknowledging the 2 feet distance. Their temperatures were checked and the information was recorded. When their hands were also sanitized, they came inside, they went to their classrooms, and then the teachers, they were responsible for ensuring that the children maintain the social distancing protocol, etc. After the bell would have rung, we came outside and we had our usual general assembly. Of course, once again observing the social distancing. So this morning went quite smoothly.
The students, we saw fear in some of them, anxiety, because of the COVID-19, all the talks about it. But some children, you could see they really wanted to be back in school. And just the norm of coming to school and at the start of new school year, what would happen to children, they have this kind of anxiety, nervousness, some happy, some, But apart from that, in putting the COVID-19 measures, protocols into place, we started our day at 7 o'clock. We had to be here for 7. We had our security check team, and we were to be here for 7, and we were all here for 7. The students were asked to come in 7:15, between 7:15 and 8 to do our protocol drills. And so we started with it's a large school, and so we had 2 entries, 2 gate of entry. One was for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd formers, and the other one was for 4th, 5th, and the teachers. Upon entering, we sanitize their hands. Then we do our temperature check. It is recorded, and the students go on to get their bags checked, which is a norm here at the school. And we ask them to go to their classroom and practice the physical distancing there.
Over the past several hours, we've been able to talk with several officials of primary schools and secondary schools. Generally, I believe the implementation of the protocols have been going fairly well, but it is obvious that there are few areas that need to be adjusted, and as the principals have indicated, they will be taking the next few days from Wednesday until Friday to fine-tune what needs to be adjusted in the protocols. But generally, the students have been very well behaved, very cooperative, and everything seemed to have gone extremely well today at these secondary and primary schools that we have visited. We'll keep an eye on these schools to see how well things continue to evolve, and we'll keep you informed over the next few weeks. Glenn Batt, SKN Newsline. After the United States Center for Disease Control, CDC, issued a high-risk COVID-19 Level 3 travel advisory on St. Kitts and Nevis, the institution now has reclassified the Federation in its most recent advisory. The high-risk COVID-19 Level 3 ranking for the Federation came as a surprise and was a disappointment in the U.S. agency after St. Kitts and Nevis had done exceptionally well in having a very small number of COVID-19 cases, with all cases related to travel and captured on entry to the country. At a press conference in August, Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris expressed his intention to challenge the ranking with the relevant U.S. authorities.
My own view is that it is ill-advised in terms of its own designation of St. Kitts and Nevis in Category 3. And I have communicated that to the U.S. Ambassador in Barbados, and we certainly expect to see some correction of the designation of St. Kitts and Nevis in Level 3. We have done so well, and from the report given our R number of 0.3, we are really one of the countries that have best managed the COVID-19 pandemic, and I'm certain that there is quite a lot that St. Kitts and Nevis can teach the United States of America and several other countries about how you manage the pandemic.
Now, weeks later, on 4th September, the CDC issued a new ranking that removed St. Kitts and Nevis from the high-risk COVID-19 level 3 and now ranks the Federation in the no travel health notice. COVID-19 risk is very low. In that category of low risk for the spread of COVID-19 are countries such as Grenada, St. Lucia, Dominica, and the Republic of China on Taiwan. Glenn Bart, SKN Newsline.
It's not just iced tea and it's not cold tea. But who said we couldn't be in the middle? We are Mother Becky Quenchers, a herbal iced tea. It's a different and innovative take on using traditional herbs for tea. It's a home-brewed blend of natural organic herbs and spices, ready to drink at any time. We've turned ingredients you've used many times into something crisp, thirst-quenching, and did we mention taste awesome? Drinking tea just got better. Mother Becky tea.
Auto Plus Car Wash, located on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Bring your car to Auto Plus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at Auto Plus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Auto Plus Car Wash, where the service is number one.
Royal Care SKN Home Health Services is providing support to the Keon Primary School in screening students for COVID-19. SK Newsline caught up with Nurse Teresa Hamilton of Royal Care SKN Home Health Services a day before the return of students to get insights into the support being offered to the Keon Primary School.
The school reached out to me as a young professional within the community and asked for some assistance, and we have decided to assist them in that way. How are we going to assist them? We are going to assist them by doing the screening process for them in terms of doing the COVID-19 screening process. That's the temperature checks, asking the questions to the children about their history, because they're coming from different backgrounds, so we have to know their history in terms of their coughing, any flu-like symptoms that they may be experiencing prior to coming to school. We would also be performing the sanitization process for students and ensuring that the mask, there will be no entry into the school premises without the mask. All students have to enter the school with their masks. Upon entering the classroom, it will be different for the lower grades, especially the kindergarten to the grade 2 students.
Nurse Hamilton said she hopes the support will be an ongoing effort.
We have to screen the children every day. It is daily, it's routine. Daily sanitization, daily temperature checks, and also to ensure that the masks are worn upon entrance into the school. So it is not just for the first day of school, it will be continuous.
Meanwhile, Nurse Hamilton gave some insights into the services provided by Royal Care SKN Home Health Services.
We are an in-home nursing care service that provides nursing care to elderlies within the community and by extension outside of our Keon community to the persons within the Federation of St. Kitts, that is, and Nevis by extension. What we provide is that in-home, like I said, nursing care. We do that personal support care. We do that nutritional support care. We do the wound care. We are at your service in terms of you having a certified professional to assist you at home.
Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. Former Government Minister Dwyer Astafan strongly believes the opposition leader, Dr. Denzel Douglas, will resign as leader of the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party to make way for new, young leadership.
Let me put this in perspective. Dr. Douglas was first elected in 1989. That's 31 years straight in Parliament and almost 20 years leading the country. He's in his late 60s. He's tired. And he feels, I'm sure, badly bruised by this last election defeat. Now he doesn't want to lose face. He's a human being like you and me, but he wants to leave a legacy of a party on the rise. And I would expect that he would do all he can to empower these young men and women, and they would take the opportunity and the responsibility of making that step as well. And messaging, again, you're in the communications business. Messaging is everything, Andre. Once they get that message out, you can see a lot of transformative stuff happening in the country.
The social and political commentator believes there are exciting new potential leaders in the Labour Party.
He's a very experienced parliamentarian, very experienced public servant. He's not an angel by any means, nor is any of us. We're not angels. But I believe with Dr. Jeffrey Hanley in the parliament as a newbie, and the young lady, Dr. Clark, Joyelle Clark, who to me was the star of the show in the parliament last week, it will be very helpful, not just for them, but for the parliamentary exercises and activities, that they have somebody with his experience there to be with them and guide them, say for a year or a year and a half. So what they need to do is sit down, review, have a look at what's happening and say, look, this is the Labour Party's game plan going forward. And within 18 months or whatever it is, Dr. Douglas will stand down, or he may even stand down as leader before, and they go and they pick whoever they want to lead the party. The new leader will assert himself or herself for it to be known by all that he or she is the leader.
In the June 2020 election, Mr. Astafan, who served as minister in the Denzel Douglas administration, declared his support for Dr. Douglas and the Labour Party, despite being a harsh critic of the former Prime Minister in preceding years. He said he supported the Labour Party in this election because he felt they had the better team to handle the current health and financial crisis facing the country. Mr. Astafan was one of the major supporters of the Team Unity movement in the lead-up to the 2015 election and initially supported the coalition government in the early days. But he has since been a vocal critic of the government, claiming they have digressed from the promises they made to the electorate in 2015. I'm Andre Huey, reporting for SKN Newsline. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, known as STEAM education, should be a central focus for education in St. Kitts and Nevis and the wider region, opines Dr. Ricardo Neal, founder of the newly formed St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, the SKNRA. Previously, there has been a focus on the sciences and mathematics, but the association, Dr. Neal noted, has included the arts, which he explained forms a very important aspect of advanced learning.
STEM would be science, technology, engineering, and math, and that is what the world would have been functioning on. Now, given that COVID would have changed the whole playing field, there was a need to add arts. However, in St. Kitts here, we would have been examining and looking at STEAM from before. That would have been the main focus. The projects that falls under STEAM is what allows students to be interested. For example, if I'm told about coding, is different from when I am told about it and then I put it to work and see it happening. And that is what brings education to life. The ability to bring whatever is being taught in the school classroom to life. And young people are interested in seeing things happening. They want to be a part of these things. And so that is how the change would actually come. Now, having math, under STEAM, engineering, that would be addressed, the mathematical situation that we have. But we do have a math situation in St. Kitts and Nevis and in the Caribbean overall. And I believe that having students involved in projects that they can see the end result as something practical, something that they can form some kind of appreciation with, that will actually assist with the low performance within those areas.
In previous years, St. Kitts and Nevis successfully participated in the International Robotics Challenges. This year, however, they will be competing virtually, which will be focusing more on video production.
Some of the challenges we would have done so far would be, some of the interesting ones would be what's cooking, project impact, you have what does STEM mean to you, and a couple of others inclusive of some technical challenges. So as you ask what we have built for this year, they start off lightly, with some simple machines like a paper plane launcher to see how far we can distance it, and that requires engineering skills and mathematics to calculate. And moving from there, we had another one called Rube Goldberg machine, which is a domino effect machine. So these are like the type of challenges they have so far, and now they're going to more in depth with this, with our most recent challenge, which was to create an animation. So that also falls under arts. So even First Global, now they're slowly moving on towards the term of STEAM instead of STEM.
The SKNRA is open to new membership from young people interested in technology, arts, and sciences. Interested persons can visit the SKNRA website at www.sknra.org or call 661-7417. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. Another entertainment event has been cancelled due to the coronavirus pandemic. The 2020 Latin Festival, normally held in October, has been cancelled. In a press release issued this week, the organizers said that after long deliberation and analysis, the 11th Latin Festival that should have taken place the last week of October 2020 has been cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The organizers said it is great disappointment to their sponsors who were looking forward to this year's festival. Chairman of Latin Festival Committee, Jose Rosa, said that the pandemic has directly affected the safety of the people and the worldwide economy, including St. Kitts and Nevis. Without their support, they would not have been able to reach their goal year after year, he said. He said, quote, Latin Festival has always been grateful for the support we have received from our loyal sponsors through the years. We hope you will remain understanding as we navigate the unexpected shock waves caused by COVID-19 during this year, end quote. Mr. Rosa said they will continue working towards a stronger version of the next Latin Festival in a safer environment. Latin Festival started 11 years ago and is designed to create strong linkages between the Latin American and the Caribbean, more specifically St. Kitts and Nevis. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
Decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woods Right compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multigraphics.
KVK Enterprises at Boyd's Housing Development, Trinity Parish, St. Kitts. For all your t-shirt printing, banners and signs, promotional products, shipping, motivational speeches, computer classes, agro-processing, art and craft, and desktop publishing. Come to KVK Enterprises at Boyd's Housing Development, Trinity, St. Kitts. Telephone 661-0118 or 765-7270. Email drkhrystus@kvklives.com or visit www.kvklives.com. KVK Enterprises.